Hello everyone and welcome to the video today. I do hope you enjoy this video. I hope you're all doing well out there, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Anyway, moving on, I'll show you what arrived in the post today. As mentioned in the last video, I was waiting for some items to come from eBay. So 2 out of 3 have arrived today. I think I was correct. Yeah, there's 3 items that I was waiting for, and 2 items have turned up today. And I'll show you the first. Anyway, I got a little rake of wagons for about £13.50, I think I paid for them. And here they are. So the first one is one of these, and we'll have a look at this in the catalogue very shortly. But this is from about 1979. And as you can see, it's in fair reasonable condition, a little bit worn. It's got the coupling and buffers on that end, and the coupling and buffers on that end. A little bit of detail on the side there. The wheels aren't too bad. They're silver seal with the square axles. They're in pretty good condition. So that one's not too bad at all. That one's all right. These are Coke wagons, which is quite nice. I haven't got any of these, so that was nice. So we'll have one of those. The second one is the identical same one. The lettering is a bit better on that one. And the buffers and coupling are all there, good. The wheels, again, silver seal, they're okay. They're not damaged, they're okay. They look to be okay. A little bit of wonkiness there, but I think they should be okay. But we can change those wheels and put in something better if I needed to, but I think they'll run okay. But they need a little bit of attention, I think, because they look a little bit winky wonky, don't they? A little bit out of true. Well, what would you expect for a model of 1979 vintage? So if I look at it there, yeah, they might need changing a little bit. Yeah, they're going to wobble all about the track a little bit too much. Anyway, I can get some replacements for those, but in the meantime, they will actually be okay. They won't create too much of a problem. But if we do get any derailments because of that, we'll just remove the axles and put in some nicer wheels. But anyway, overall, it's a good little project, I think. So we got 2 of those. What I meant to show you was, on this one, it's got a few defects, which I picked up straight away when I looked at the photo. In the photos, I didn't really notice, to be honest with you, until I actually looked at it in the post. But it's not a big issue. But if you notice there, someone has glued this side panel here. You can see the glue marks all the way along, sadly. Well, I think that's got snapped off. For some reason it's got broken or damaged, and someone has basically glued that on. As you can see, there's glue marks inside there. You can see that on the camera, which is a shame. I think either someone's the other side as well. You can see there's one down the middle there. Yeah, possibly it got trod on. Someone stepped on it, or it just got accidentally damaged, or I don't know what someone's tried to do with that, but thrown it at the TV in anger. I don't know what they've done with it, but it's not a problem, because I think we can weather that accordingly and put some real coal in that, thinking outside the box. So it's not a massive problem. We can deal with that. And again, I didn't pay an awful lot of money for the wagons, as mentioned, so it's not really a massive problem. It's a little challenge for me, and I do like challenges. So that's those 2 out of the way. And here comes the identical ones. Look at that. This one's been weathered up, and as you can see, when it's been weathered up, it doesn't look half bad. It actually looks very good. Whoever's done that hasn't done a half bad job, I don't think. There's real coal in that one, so you've got a picture of what those 2 will look like if they look like this as well. It's got the buffer and coupling both ends. That's in fair condition. The wheels are not the silver seal ones, they're different ones, and they need a clean up. Yeah, they're going to need some TLC on those wheels. But other than that, these are much nicer wheels, believe it or not. And I've got some wheels like this anyway, so it's not a problem. But anyway, we clean those up, so we can do that. That's not a problem. And we've got another one here, which is identical. Again, it's been weathered. Coupling and buffers that end. The other end has got the buffers, but no coupling. But that's not a problem, because in the postage box it came with was the coupling. So that's not a problem because we can super glue that back in place and we can repaint that coupling there because it's a little bit dirty and rusty. We'll clean that up. Again, the whole thing is a little project for me to do. That's why I bought them, because I saw in the photographs on eBay that what the condition was, and I thought, okay, that's a little idea for me to sit and do. And the fifth wagon in the rake is this NE short wheelbase brake van. This one's been in the wars a little bit because on the corner of each of the posts there on the outside, you can see it's been snapped off there. It's been snapped off the other end, and there's missing buffers. It's in the wars a little bit, this one, and there's missing buffers that end. The coupling on that end is in place, that's good. The wheels are there, but they're a little bit, I'm not sure about these wheels. They look to be okay. But if there's any discrepancies with these wheels, I can change them over and put something better in there as well. But as you can see, the little tiny snap in the coupling bar there. Again, that's not overly important because what we can do is take a pair of pliers and just re-straighten that out. There's a little bit of a chunk of metal there. Oh, there's some fluff on there as well. Ugh, that's going to need a good clean. Yeah, that's going to, the whole thing, once what I'll do, I'll remove those 4 plastic clips there you can see in the shot. Back end of a flat screwdriver, very carefully unclip those, and then we can separate the chassis from the body and take the wheels out, and we can put the whole thing apart from the wheels, but the chassis and the body we'll put in a sink full of warm soapy water with an old toothbrush, and we'll give that a nice buff up and clean, let it dry, and then we can start to work on that. What I'll do, I think I'll see if I can source some grey paint that will match up to that colour. I've got a couple of choices to choose from. I think I could match that up. But what we'll do, if I get the right colour, I will put some filler. That just needs a little bit of filler with a cocktail stick put in there. And then once it's dry, we'll just fill that in, sand it off very carefully, and then we'll repaint over that, and you'll never know it was there. That's a little project. As far as the buffers, I've got a really great idea, because I did notice in the shot on eBay, on the actual ad of the photographs, the seller very clearly stated in the photographs that these buffers were not there. So I thought, but then I thought, I know what I've got these. These are some nice cast brass buffers. I got these in an very old cigar long wooden tube, dated from about 1951, and they were given to me by a friend of mine who gave me some old Triang stuff and bits and pieces that his late father had collected and built or tried to build when he was a boy. But these are nice. These are Graham Farish old cast brass buffers. These are the replacement buffers for the Graham Farish coal wagons, because in those days the common problem was mazzoth rot, and you could buy the replacement buffers because they would disintegrate, and these were much better. So I think what we could do with these is fit these and then paint them accordingly, and I think they would look much nicer, and they would really finish that wagon off. You just got to think outside the box a little bit, and obviously fit those on there and make an improvement. They might be a little bit too large. I'm not too over fussed with that, but I think it would improve it if we tidied that wagon up a little bit, or that brake van, if we tidied it up a little bit. And then once we got everything sorted out and we filled those 4 damaged corners in, and then we sorted that out, then we could pay our attention to the buffers and basically fire those flat to nothing, and then drill a small hole and fit these up with super glue, and I think once painted that will look really nice. So we got those. If I just put these out of the way a minute so we don't lose them, like that. Okay, just briefly, I just want to show you in the 1979 catalogue the items in question. So if we go and we look into here, Let's see if we can find the items. There we go, as if by magic. There we go. Yes, there we are. The R number is R101, which is that item there. And then, obviously, skipping over the page, we've got R215, the Any brake fan. So you can see, really, from that shot there, if you look at the buffer shanks on the end there, which are missing, and in the pictured item there, those brass cast ones that I've just showed you, they wouldn't be a bad match for that, would they? I don't think. It's a shame, though, because it's a nice little wagon, but someone's obviously tried to... I don't know what they're trying to do with it. I think I know what they've done. Yeah, I think I know what they've done. The white plastic roof, it does very carefully, if you're very, very careful. When this was new, obviously, you could actually prise the roof off to put some detail in there, someone in there, or you could have put a little light in there or something. But someone's obviously tried to do that. And obviously, where it's been glued or fixed down, they've just snapped it off at the four corners there, which I think is by putting pressure on there too much. That's what I assume. I know we shouldn't assume anything in life, but that's what I think may have possibly happened with the previous owner, whoever's had that. But don't worry, my little friend, I will give you some TLC, and you know what I'm like. I'll fix it up nicely. Okay, so I did say 2 items that arrived in the post, and I will not disappoint you with the second one. This is an absolute cracker. I have not got those for a start. Either way, I'm very pleased with these. I'm excited because I haven't got those, and it means I've got to think out the box and improve those. But here comes an absolute cracker. Look at this. Spin it round. Look at that. Class 121 bubble car from Lima. But not only that, there's a little sticker on the side that says it's got internal lights and hardwire. This thing has got lights in. Whoever's done this has done a cracking job. There's internal lights in this, and obviously directional lights as well, I think. Anyway, let's take it out the box. So let me just stop the video and we'll get it out of the box. But as you can see, the box-wise isn't in too bad condition. As you can see, the box is very nice. That's all right. So let me just stop the video and I'll get this out of the box and we can have a little look, shall we? Okay. Okay, there she is. Isn't that lovely? That's a really nice 121 diesel rail car. Very, very nice. I love this. I haven't actually got one of these, so I'm very excited to own one of these. In British Railways green, of course, very period. And she's in very, very good condition. If we bring the camera down, we'll have a look from this end. So the paintwork's in good condition. There's no scuffs or scratches. Window glazing is very good. The roof is in very good condition. The decals there, the British Railways line emblem on the side there is in good condition. Someone's obviously painted in, I think, the exhaust pipe and the underfloor details there, which is correct. Someone's obviously painted in, obviously, the Timken lubricators on the axle bearings there, which is nice. And also these nice exhaust ports that go over the window as the very prototypical profile of these 121 bubble cars. The buffers, I love the buffers on these. These are the correct size buffers. It really captures the whole chunkiness of it. And what I'm looking at, guys, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, I haven't tested this yet, by the way, but looking at that profile there, I think someone's put directional lights on there, as well as internal lights, which would be great. So 2 Tango 55 is the head code that end. And if we just bring the other end of it, on the other end, it's 2 Charlie 94 is the head code for that end. The nice little thing about what someone's done, if I just gently tip it over on its side like that, we can have a look what someone's actually done. Someone's hardwired, and look at that, there's even a little switch there. There's a switch there for the lights, which is great. Someone's done a really nice job on that. I couldn't have even done better myself, to be honest. That is a really, really nice job someone's done on that. So that switch is for the lights to turn it on and off. It's DC, by the way, so it could be converted to DCC if you wanted to, but in my case, I use DC. But yeah, someone's done a really nice job on that. And you can see where it's hardwired to the motor. Someone's also taken the trouble to lop off the really nasty, big, chunky Lima style couplings. Well, the Lima couplings on all their stuff was over scale, it was too beefy. So what someone's done is fitted a NEM pocket on there, at least a NEM pocket style coupling. It looks like an Airfix or a NEM pocket. I think it's a NEM pocket. They've done quite a nice job with that. And they've done that on both ends. So that's the motor bogie, that end. And we come up this end and we'll see they've done the same, that end, which looks much, much, much better. It looks miles better, to be honest. The pickup bogie, the wheels look okay, but then they'll need some cleaning up on that end. If we come back down to the traction bogie, which is this end, again, the wheels don't look too bad at a glance, but they'll need cleaning. The traction tyres, they look pretty good. However, what I need to do with the whole thing is there's two screws. There's one there and there's one there. I'll need to unscrew those two screws to release the chassis from the body, so we can remove the motor, which is this bogie here, and we need to apply lubricant. Well, first of all, we need to test it, make sure it fires up, and secondly, we need to lubricate all the bearings, the gears and everything on it, and then put some oil on the pickup bogie axles as well, and just basically give the whole thing a lube and a service. I shouldn't have to, but I'm going to do that as per practice. Give it the West Anglia treatment, as my old late deceased mentor used to say. Bosch. So that is lovely, isn't it, guys? That's a really, really lovely model. I'm very, very pleased with that one. I said because I haven't got that. I haven't got one of these. I've always wanted to own a bubble car. And the fact it's a Lima one, these actually go for quite a lot of money. I've seen these quite an expensive price on eBay, a decent one. This is in great condition. It's a very nice model. The only thing about, I think, Lima models is the motor. The motors are very, very good, but because they're the old style pancake motors, they can be a bit large and cumbersome. So obviously on this end of the DMU, there's a cab interior, which is great. Where is it now? There we go. We can just about make that out. There's a control desk in there, bits and pieces. The other end has been removed, obviously because of the motor and the amount of circuitry equipment to do with the lighting set. If you tilt it this way up, you might be able to catch inside looking at the roof. I'm not sure if you can see. Ooh, you can't see there too much, but anyway, I can see it from my angle, but you can't because the angle's not right. But you just about make out there's some LEDs that basically run along from here to here. There's an LED board with some lighting strip on there, which obviously has been commercially added by somebody. It didn't come like this when it was originally manufactured by Lima, so someone's done a very nice modification job on this. Whoever's done it has done a top job. I couldn't have done better myself. Very nice. So I'm looking forward to servicing this and getting it running. I won't do it today. I just wanted to upload the video and show you what has come so far in the post and the little projects I'm going to work on. But yeah, definitely pleased with that. Another reason I want to own one of these is because when I lived in Leytonstone, where I grew up, the line that goes from Gospel Oak to Barking, the Goblin line as it's now called, it's now managed and run by London Overground. And I remember as a child, before it was ever electrified and they had overhead wires in the overground, then it was DMU, and it was diesel freight services as well, going from Ripple Lane. And where my grandparents' house was on Harrow Road, the railway went over right near their back garden. And I remember when I used to sit in school, hearing the rumbling of these DMUs and bubble cars like this going up and down the line. And certainly remember sitting in my grandparents' garden, seeing these bubble cars on there now and again. And it was always the DMUs or bubble cars that would operate on the shuttle services to Barking and Gospel Oak. But yeah, I do remember these. Great little trains, and they're a nice addition. But I just think these buffers, again, they really do capture the chunkiness and overall appearance of these 121s. It's got the windscreen wipers on the front there, which is nice, and that's a standard thing with the glazing for all the Lehman stuff. It's the running number on the side, which is Whiskey 55026. The overhead line flash, which is there. The only thing I think what they could have done, possibly, is put the orange line above that. I know it's the car lining and livery effect, but above that top blue line, just above that, they could have put the thin orange line, which denotes that you're not to climb above that orange line because of the overhead lines within the 9 feet rule. But anyway, it's a nice model. Very, very pleased with that. It's a lovely thing, isn't it? Anyway, that's me done so far. So I'm probably going to get the layout up and running about Thursday this week, because I'm expecting the final thing to come this week. I think Thursday. I won't tell you what it is. You'll have to tune in for the next video. But in the meantime, that's it from me. Hope you've liked these interesting items that you see, and I'm going to get working on these wagons as well and see what we can do. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.